Okay, that's a testing. Testing. Hello. Hello. I actually really need a stretch. Okay. I should have done that before streaming, or just sitting down in general, or just do that at all. But hello. Earlier today, I sat down with Sombrero, who is like 8 times more knowledgeable than me at this stuff, and I'm hoping that my audio is sounding a lot better. But at the moment, I'm still getting a couple things set up, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. Sorry. Sounds good so far. Oh, hello, Sombrero, and thank you. Thank you again. Genuinely, my confidence in it is just so much more, so much higher, and I'm very very appreciative. What is this? I'm going to skip this because it is not the same vibe. I'll take this. Let's see. I also was I was trying to figure out what am I gonna do that's just gonna have me just keep talking, I guess. I should also check things with. Also, is the music okay? Because like generally. Because after, okay, I'm actually gonna talk about this. So my entire like time with my PC, I've always had this issue where I'd have to have YouTube videos be very, very, very low. Music's a bit loud. All right. I've had to have music on my end very, very low, and he just kind of fixed that by like telling me, hey, you just have it's going from the computer to my headphones really loud in comparison to Discord, which is on a different track. So I just kind of had to figure out that like, well, he basically just showed me that like, oh, you kind of just fucked it up. And I did. For like the longest time, I've just had it fucked up so that Discord is a lot lower than everything. Well, Discord is a lot lower, and then I've just been, oh no, I have so many games that I turned down to like 20% master volume because it was so loud to me. Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix all of that because I actually fixed my god damn it. Okay, well, I'll figure it out. Also, hello Squarebomb, hello Boozle, hello Night Dove, hello everyone. How are you doing this good old Friday afternoon? Saturday morning if you're an Australian. I don't know where Boozle's from. I'm assuming Squarebomb is in the US, so we got that already. And then there's Astrid, who never sleeps apparently. Fucking Astrid coming in here. You mailed me hat pins once. Yeah, no I don't. No I don't, Boozle. No I don't, because you gave me a PO address. I remember this. You gave me a PO box. You gave me a PO box, and that could be anywhere in the world. That could be anywhere in the world, and you know it. All right? I'm going back to the logs. I'm going back to the logs. I'm scrolling upwards. Bam, PO box. Okay, it also says what state it's in. Shit. Shit. Fuck. I was not. Okay. All right. You win. You win. You win. A PO box is in a certain location. It doesn't. Look. I thought that PO boxes were just kind of like amorphous. All right. Like you go, you ask for a PO box, and then they just give you the thing. They just give it to you, right? And well, they give you a number, and then you send that number to someone else, and then eventually you get rid of the PO box. It's an anonymous exchange service, you know. All right. No Boozle, you drive all the way across the country to the PO box you give out. My PO box functions as a VPN. Yeah, that's what. Is that not what it is? Actually, no, hold on. I'm not taking anything from the Brits. Okay, they have a they they operate in the same fucking square footage as Texas. Okay, we have bigger problems for bigger people because we're big men over in America. All right. Be back next week, fellas. I have to drive to my PO box. I love it. I love it anytime I can pop off on Ginja because he just has nothing to say. And it's really funny. Not even 10 minutes. What do you mean not even 10 minutes in? What are we already attacking Europe? Okay, when is it not a good time to big boy country don't have a working train system? Okay, I'm always mad at this. I'm always mad at this. I'm always fucking mad at this. All right? You know, hold on. I'm swapping over to the fucking I think everything's ready. Oh shit. Bam, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm so fucking mad at this because I grew up fucking near, like, genuinely right next to New York. I was always going to New York all the fucking time. They've got a pretty decent train system and it's cool. And then you move anywhere that's not New York, and guess what? No fucking trains. Buy a car. Go to this fucking car thing. And guess what? You go to Japan. Japan's got a good fucking train system. Okay? And then you go back to America, and then guess fucking what? Guess fucking what? America's just like, oh no, we got cars, right? Let's go all the way back to fucking like 2015 or 16 or something. So California's out here trying to make high-speed rail. And they're like, hey, we're gonna sign a bill to go into high-speed rail. In comes Elon motherfucking Musk coming in saying, no, pay me to make the Hyperloop, right? And what's the Hyperloop? Hyperloop's just a shitty fucking tunnel. It's another lane. It's another lane specifically for Teslas. It's another lane specifically for Teslas, and it's shit. It's shit. Like studies have continuously shown that adding more lanes doesn't fucking work. Okay? And yet we keep adding more fucking lanes, and it's so fucking stupid. Why don't you marry Japan then? Brother, this isn't regalia or whatever it's called. Pseudo regalia. What's that fucking show about the anime, the moe-tized countries? I don't fucking know. The absolute lack of health insurance on this guy. Look, I just have to not get sick, okay? Like, it's just as easy as that. All right, I cough up blood and then it's fine the next day. You know, Hetalia, that's it. Hetalia, fucking. Why do they call it that? That is so fucking close to hentai. I'm not getting into that. I'm not. Pseudo Regalia is that rabbit platforming indie game. I do own that game, actually. I've never played it. I was told by a friend who I trust and his game experience, like his like game knowledge ish kind of deal, to play Pseudo Regalia, and I have purchased it. I have not played it yet. It does seem like a fun game. I am kind of a fan of platformers. Remember when Clay owns hentai? I've always owned. Actually, I can't say I've always owned hentai. No, hold on. Is this the first time I actually owned hentai? Or do digital goods also count? Italia is a portmanteau for words for inept in Italy. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, here's what I should do. I should stop asking questions, and I should just simply look up, portmanteau. How fucking, that's a weird ass way to spell toe. A large leather suitcase that opens into two hinged compartments. A word formed by merging the sounds and meanings of two different words, as chortle from chuckle and snort. That, holy shit. Holy shit, that's fucking awesome. I didn't know that's where chortle came from. Any chortlers in chat? Italy's the main character. I never watched Italia. All I know is that a lot of people like it a lot. Mamma Mia, Papa Pia. Ginja's making fun of me for Googling a word that I don't know. Look. You see, I take the brunt for people because I think that there was at least one other person that didn't know what portmanteau actually meant. And now they get to know that it means a large leather suitcase. I like your get out, Frog. Thank you. We will be doing a new we will be doing a new Amazon stream soon. I am planning on doing this like maybe next week. I might do an announcement, like a preparation thing where it's like I'm not gonna open the Amazon thing yet, but I will say get ready, you know? What would be fun is to give yourself a fake budget for it. That's what we did last time. Well, last time the fake budget was $1,000. I think it was $1,000 or $10,000. No, it was $1,000. No, it was $10,000. How much was it? I think it was $10,000. I think it was $10,000 because we literally have a bed that's right there. No, it wasn't $1,000. Yeah, it was $1,000 because the bed was like $100 or something like that. So I'm gonna do $2,000 this time. The thing is, this is what we got with $1,000. This is a lot of shit for $1,000. I didn't even make fun of you. Fucking bitch. He's always making fun of me. He just doesn't want to admit it. Oh, I should alter this a little bit so I'm down this way. Yep. What if I do this? There we go. That's nice. I like this. Friends, let's buy a single $2,000 Fortnite V-Bucks card. I don't think that's a thing, but it is very funny. It would be very funny to go from this to just a background that's just the Fortnite V-Bucks card, but $2,000. How many singles of Chumbawamba tub thumping? Can you... What the fuck is are those words? What are those words? They have those loadable debit cards. I don't think that's what Fortnite had. What? Fish ghosted me. I'm huffing here. I'm being scammed. I'm looking up Chumbawamba. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get fucking. I also make sure that my thing is working. Main window capture, bam. Is this the right one? This is the right one, sick. All right. All right. Let's go to the side. But Chumbawamba. It's copyrighted. What Chumbawamba? The Chumbawamba song Family Guy Wiki. It's very copywritten. I hate this. I hate this so much. Oh my god, you're such a... No, I'm not singing it. Let's hear how you think this sing. It's the fucking Oompa Loompa song, but it's Chumbawamba. Okay, why are we already doing ... clay? Is this not it? Oh. Okay, but like, we do have this instead. Don't we kind of want this? Is this not it? Don't say literacy rate, okay?
That's for my brother Luis. He drank himself to death on your crappy...
What if we just do Family Guy clips?
Gotcha. A big hand for Cheech Marin, everybody.
Why is Boozle saying ha ha ha? Oh wait, did you guys see the fucking Wonka movie? Wait, did you guys see the Wonka movie? Because that genuinely made me smile so much. The one I fucking love Timothy Chalamet. I fucking love Timothy Chalamet so much. Hold on, I'm going back to just chatting real quick. Ah, that shouldn't be like that. That's not how it's supposed to work. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. There we go. Sorry. let me see if I can fix that. That's not how my hold on. That's not how my fucking thing was supposed to work. Why are you holding his dick like that at all times? I'm not holding my dick. Okay, look, the pants, even though I have belts, it's just always a little bit loose, and the belts don't have the thing. Oh, why am I that low? Oh fuck. Okay, I'm back. Why are they so fucked? Why are my goddamn buttons so fucked? I thought I fixed these. I'm not trying to do crotch jump scares. Okay. Because he loves his peanuts, but why did I say peanuts? Why did I say peanuts? I'm so fucked. I'm so fucking cooked. I immediately said peanuts. Oh my god. Bet it has a name. Fucking jorking it. Fucking jorking it, and by it I mean my. It's not funny. It's not a funny bit. It's not a funny bit. Peanuts isn't that funny. I don't know why I laugh so much at it. Holy shit. Okay. I have a question for people. Do you guys know what Armageddon Advanced is? Don't feel bad for saying no, because this is something that I played like years ago. And I mean fucking so goddamn long ago. When like my computer was when I didn't even have a computer, on my mom's like really bad computer. And I just found that like a week ago that that the game is still going. If you don't know what I'm looking for a decent video to show. I think I just found one. Yeah, here we go. Let me I'll keep the music on. Who cares? So I should go to the side. It is genuinely just fucking Tron, okay? But there's a little bit more to it than it just being Tron, because you'll see. Okay, this is actually a bad one for this, but there's a thing called rubber, right? And rubber is basically like your health. You can go into. Let me get a different video. Fuck. Sure, this one. Stop it. Why are you in the triangle mode? Who has a triangle mode? What the fuck? Give me normal Armageddon Advanced gameplay. What is? Why is this here? What is happening? This isn't okay. This isn't a real Armageddon. Can I? I'm gonna fucking. All right, fuck it. It's by a new name now. The new name is fucking. Where is it? Retro Cycles. Fucking do Retro Cycles, baby. Give me that shit. Yeah, just give me fucking gameplay, bro. Okay. Oh my god, is this literally the tutorial? Is this literally the tutorial? I'm gonna go insane. All right, here we go. It's still a one rubber. Okay, give me a second. 1 minute long? Are you shit? You're fucking shitting me, bro. You're fucking shitting me. I'm gonna go insane. Hold on. Give me real game. Yes, thank you. All right, 5 rubber is fine. So the way rubber works is you can go into a wall and be okay. Like rubber is basically your health. You see that? You see that over there? Let me move back to this side. You see that over there? When you go into a wall, depending on your speed, your rubber will start to increase. And so long as it doesn't cap out, you're good. And this is good because look at that. You see that? You see that shit? That motherfucker went into the wall to make it so that it's like an inescapable trap right there. Competitive stake? No, it's Tron. Okay. And the thing is also when you're going on a wall, when you're really close to a wall, you speed up, you go faster. All right, you go faster. Wasn't this one of those old games that worked on Linux and dudes would be like, see, Linux has games. Yes, because this has a Linux mode that is very like prevalent. So you are correct. You are very correct, but this was also on Windows, and I used to play this game so much. I specifically played the games that had a shit ton of rubber and would let you go super fast because I am a little bitch and don't want to run into walls, but also it's like it look at that, look at the fucking thing. So this is like a capture the base kind of deal, and you as the blue team or yellow team are supposed to go to the other team's base and then get in, and that's what this guy's doing. Finally I can play the Microsoft screensaver. Shut up, okay? Shut up. Look, this is a good game, okay? It's a fun game. It seems really simple, but it has a lot of complexity to it. And I wanna make a server. I wanna make a server and then host a game night, and then it's not just because I'll be the best at it. They should draw an Among Us. Why do I bother sometimes? This looks like a game that Sombrero would become ungodly good at and then wipe the floor with everyone. That's the thing. You can be ungodly. This is one of those games that let you be ungodly good at it, and then just because you just can't do. Oh, also, if you die, one of the important things about this game when it comes to team play, because you can play as a team. Right? You know, I can launch it up and show you guys some gameplay actually. Hold on. I can fucking play this game right now. And I'm not even gonna switch games because I don't think I'm gonna play this for too long. But let me do this real quick. Why isn't this... 1 second. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to take. There we go. Okay, I think you should be able to see the game. Tell me if I can't. All right, let me just go fucking multiplayer and see if there's anything online. But generally, from what I've seen, there's generally like 2. Oh god, there's no one online. Oh wait, no, there's 3 people in 3 different. Shit. Okay, the grid. Okay, I'm gonna get fucking wiped if I go into this, but I might go into it. I was hoping that there'd be a lobby of like 3-ish people active at right now, but there does not seem to be one. But actually, even better, I can just play against a bot. Oh shit, can I? Game setup. Yes. Yes. Can I add a shit ton of fucking rubber? Let me add a shit ton of rubber. Why can't I add a shit ton of rubber? How to win a Jap? All right, hold on. I will refund you because I am a fair god. Oh wait, shit. Enjoy your refund and then bye bye. Okay. Let's see. Where the fuck is... How do I get... Am I able to fucking make my own goddamn thing? Because that's what I want to fucking do. Don't you feed them enough money until you attend... Oh, that... Oh, for the fucking crane games? I'm not talking about that right now. I'll talk about that another time. Right now, I want to fucking play this game. But I want to play it... I want to play the game the way I want to play it. AI IQ? Did I just witness a murder? You'll always witness murders. Why can't I change the fucking rubber? Game setup. I'm just gonna make the game fast a little bit. Come on, man. Okay. Okay, what if I just play the game? What if I just play the game a little bit? Why am I so far back? Holy shit! Okay, that's too much speed. That's too much speed. That's too much speed. Hold on. Hold on. Let's do a speed of 1. That should be fine. All right. Okay. This is actually a little... Oh, hold on. Let me use the other... Fuck. Okay. Let me go check the multiplayer again. Let me go check the multiplayer again. What did I even want to show? Maybe there's people on multiplayer again. There is less people on multiplayer now. Fuck. Maybe I just check it. Maybe I just play a little bit. Apparently you have to use a command console to change rubber. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, friend. How do I do command consoles again? Okay, there we go. Console, rubber, 5. Rubber, 5. I should really just look up the thing. Luckily, the game plays itself. Retro cycles. Change max rubber. And you'd think that I'd know how to play this game. Maybe I shouldn't have brought up just a random game and then just fucking showed it to people. But this is just a game from my childhood, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it, and I want to show more people the joys that you can get when playing Retro Cycles, which was formerly Armageddon Advanced. Community? God fucking damn it. Oh. I can't fucking figure it out. I can't fucking figure it out. Okay, well, you know what? Has this been doing that for the entire time? That is kind of funny. But it's a good game, I promise. And once I figure out how to like actually show this properly, then maybe I will. Then maybe I can convince people that it is also a great game that should be played, and that rubber is cool. High rubber is cool. I want to play more games with high rubber, and I wanna fucking. I think it's a good game. Okay, I'm gonna go back out though. Also, you have to like you can't use a mouse with this game. You have to like to move around using the fucking things. Go back to just chatting. I remember a phone game like that. Well, I mean, like, there's a lot of Tron games. Tricycle Rubber 3. God damn it, Ginja. You fucker. You fucker. You fuck. He's pulling me back in. He's pulling me back in. Watch him pull me back in. Yo, we got it. Okay, thank you, Ginja. Thank you, Ginja. Thank you, Ginja. Thank you, Ginja. All right. So the interesting things about this, right? Rubber. Oh, fuck me. Why am I so? You know what? I refuse. Cycle. Rubber. 50. Yeah, buddy. All right. Higher speed. Oh, fuck. That bitch! That bitch! Okay, so funny thing about this game. When you were going into a wall like this, right? You are being counted as closer in the wall, right? So you, as someone who is trying to entrap someone else, can do that as well. But ooh, you fucking. Hold on. Sorry, I wanna get revenge. Fuck me. Okay, I think he's trapped, but he can also maybe get out of that. The only issue is right now, walls are infinite right now, and they should probably have a set length. Oh, you fucking whore. Yeah, you see that? You see that? You see that? I'm me. That's me. That's me trapping him because I'm a fucking god. I'm a legend. Oh shit. High rubber is based. Did that AI draw a perfect square? That's not... Honestly, some of the things that these people can do are fucking insane. Also, why is this game not restarting? I guess I should probably kill myself. Hold on. Fucking get wrecked. Get wrecked, idiot. Get wrecked, idiot. God, this game is great. This is a good game, okay? This is a good game because you can do shit like that, but you can also get out of situations like that. You can get out of situation. What's happened before, right, is I'm gonna try to let him trap me. But I'm also gonna gain speed because I'm a fucking speed demon, and they don't know me like I know me. All right. Yo, look at that fucking movement. Look at him get. Oh wait, can he even get out of that? God, you fucking idiot. Trap me. Trap me. Try it. Try it, bitch. Try it. Try it. Ooh. Ooh, you fucker. You fucker. He meant to do that. He meant to do that. That was so fucking... Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't want if he didn't do a cringe strat like that, which is actually a really good strat to do, but you know, who cares? I'll watch this. I'm gonna gain speed. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Okay, that's kind of my fault. Can I add more speed? Not add more speed. Ginja, quick question. Do you know how to adjust the speed? Clay talking about cringe strat. Okay, look. This guy's pretty cringe. But cause I want to go fast and I want to go fucking. Ooh. I think he was stuck there. Okay, look. That's what I wanted to show. Yeah, if you could find that. Actually, it's probably just cycle speed, isn't it? Cycle speed. Let's go with like 150. Holy shit. Okay. So that's not what I thought it was gonna be. But you know what? No, not 20, not 20, not 20. Can I do? Hell yeah, brother. Oh, this is so fucking stupid. I love it. This is all I want. This is all I want. Fucking high speed, high octane, high rubber. This is fuck. Can I not be super high up though? Oh wait. He's trapped. He's trapped. He's trapped. He's trapped. I'm just god. I'm just god at this game. Okay. No one does it like me. All right. One day, okay. I think I've shown off exactly what I wanted to show off, and I'm happy with it. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Okay. All right. That's enough. 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 It's enough. It's enough because like I got what I wanted out of it. I got what I wanted out of it, and that's all we really need. But yeah, retro cycles. I'm happy. I'm happy that this game still exists and that I can potentially try to learn how to create a server for it so that we can run sets. Because there's like a bunch of stuff. There's like the free for all that you just saw. There's like a capture the flag, not a capture the flag, a capture the base kind of thing, which is pretty interesting. I've seen some interesting strats for it. What else is there's a racing mode, which is kind of weird, but it's still fun. It's still pretty fun. I was potentially going to do this stream was to oh shit, fuck, I need to refund Night Dove. I also need to launch Fish. I also need to refund Sombrero. Fuck. I apologize to you two. If you can fish now. Where's the most recent fish redeems? There they are. All right. Let me refund Sombrero. Let me refund Night Dove, and then let me just get rid of. Goddamn, over 200 fish requests. This has been a fish ghosted me, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll be better. I will be better. Also, how do I get rid of the? Is there a way for me to get rid of the menu, because it keeps showing up? It's fine. Oh, yep, it's gone now. I think it just has to interact with one of the things there, and then it'll go back out. Oh yeah, I wanted to. Okay, I'm not sure if I've done this rant yet, because I used to do this thing where I would show off an RPG system that I like, and then just kind of go over it. And I'm not sure if I did that with Scum and Villainy, because Scum and Villainy has genuinely kind of captured my like creative energy when it comes to RPGs for a bit. You do bits? Question mark. I am like 90% bits. The majority of it's gotten to the point where like the majority of the things I say are probably just a bit. Like I say I'm happy, it's probably a bit. I say I'm drastically depressed, it's probably a bit. Everything's a bit. You should just always consider that what I'm saying is just a bit. That's what people do to me. Let's go. Oh, that guy Clay. Yeah, he's just doing a bit. And I'm just there like, please. This is a genuine cry for help. I'm begging you. Stealing bits is my favorite bit. I bought a ton. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did buy a ton of hentai as a bit. The bit is that I now own a ton of hentai. Is it actually a ton? How heavy is a ton? Hold on. How heavy is a ton? I wonder if it's like an actual ton. How much is a kilogram? Metric or imperial? Either way, I need something to compare it to. Like, is it the size? Is it as heavy as like a kilogram is 100 grams? So fucking true, King. However, I need to know if this is like the if it's as like heavy as a toaster, or if it's a fucking anchor. Okay. In the US, a ton is 200. Okay, you guys are not, and you're not help. Just give me something to compare it to. I'm begging you. I that's all I'm asking for. Like is it like an anchor? Is it an anvil, or is it like a fucking pound weight? Wait a second. I know what a ton is like cars. Okay, I do not own a ton of hentai. But I might try. What if I do? That'd be awesome. Just owning like an actual ton of hentai. That'd be fucking sick. My car is 2 tons. Okay, so I just need enough for like half of your car, which is fairly average. Is it like a pickup truck, or is it like one of those little Mitsubishis? What is this? Yeah, my floor collapsed from all the hentai books. That's why I'm not on the 2nd floor. That's why I'm on the 1st floor. Okay? Unless there's some secret goddamn underground that I own. I'm not clicking on that clips link though. I'm not doing that. What was I doing before this? Just can't get enough, rising to the top. I fucking love Bar Cyberpunk. It is such a good fucking... It's such a good goddamn OST. My smallest and lightest car is 2,700 pounds. Okay. Aren't there some people that are able to like lift cars because they're like so fucking strong and big? Or am I just like an idiot? Hold on, I just got a message. I need to check something. Okay, never mind. Everything is fine. People lift cars with pure adrenaline. Okay, that's a different thing though, right? Cause that's a fight or flight response. right? That's like a oh shit, like that's like the primal part of our nature, of our core, of our being, right? Ooh, excuse me. Because like that's one of those things where it's just like I need to fucking lock. It's like that lock-in thing where it's like my brain chemistry is going to shift, and then my what's it called? Oh, what the hell? Spider, don't fucking wait. Is this a with Prime? Okay, fine. I'll give you Prime. I'll let you have Prime, but nothing else. Also, hi Spider. Hi Maroxai. Hello everyone. You want Prime? I'll be okay with Prime. Because it's not, I'll ship you some, like Prime Energy. I haven't tried Prime Energy. I'm generally someone that's like a don't knock it till you try it kind of deal. However, I do know that Prime Energy uses coconut water, and I hate coconut water. Well, I just hate coconut in general. I'm not a coconut guy. Coconut tastes weird and stupid, and I hate it. Could you lift a Peel P50? What is a Peel P50? Peel P50. That looks mighty liftable, but I'm also not a liftable. Not a lifter. I'm not a lifter, I'm a lover, alright? I'm actually kind of proud of that one. How's the stream going? Stream's going well. Stream's going well. I got to show off some. Oh shit! I wanted to show Scum and Villainy. Holy shit! Hold on. We're stopping the can I lift it? No, I can't kind of deal. I've heard it tastes like ass. Fair. I don't believe it'll taste good at all. I just want to, you know, I don't know. I don't. When it comes to energy drinks, I don't know. Prime ass, I believe you. 1 second. Let me get this stuff up. Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm gonna move this over here. Okay, sick. So, Scum and Villainy, I wanted to show this off a little bit. Because, specifically, this uses a very narrative system, which I haven't seen before very often. By the way, to those uninitiated, I'm going to go into a very deep and long rant about a tabletop RPG system. I probably will not get out of this without making at least one character. I apologize in advance. However, here we fucking go, because I used to do this when I was like, hey, I'm just gonna practice talking to myself. Back when I had like no viewer. Actually, I remember sometimes someone would come in and just kind of like go, ooh, this is kind of interesting, and then chat with me about it, and it was very fun. But anyways, I played this. Is super good. I think it's what I played. It was a Star Wars TTRPG. This is not a Star Wars TTRPG. This is just a space TTRPG, right? It is not specifically Star Wars. You can reskin it, reflavor it a little bit so it matches Star Wars a little bit more, but it is very much space opera TTRPG. So, the core of this is a very a narrative-based TTRPG, and I will get to that in a second. To explain that, there is no combat, like no traditional combat is what I should say, and I'll get to that in a minute. So basically, where will I start with this? I think I'm going to start with how a player is. I'm going to dissect a player real quick. I can't kill people, Resident Sleeper. You can kill people in this. It's just that there's no traditional combat like what you understand. Exactly. You kind of have to kill people with roleplay, but you still do kill people. So, in order to better explain this, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I'm gonna dissect a character real quick. We're not gonna make a character, but I will dissect the. Actually, I will dissect the character sheets. Is what I'll do. So this looks very complicated, but I want to put some attention on this very important thing right here. I think you can see my mouse, right? Yes, you can. So the things I want to show off. Well, first off, you obviously get your name, your alias, which is just kind of like what your nickname is, basically. What you look like, where your heritage is from, which is some understanding of like your character, and your background, which is also some understanding of how your character is. We have stress and trauma, which I will get to later. And then there's your vice, which I will also get to later, but is very good. We will get to vice because it is one of my favorite things about this, okay? So, notes and all that stuff. And then everything in this box is specific to what class you are playing. You in this game, you get to choose one of 7 classes. They're not exactly classes. They're called playbooks. This describes what role you are in the crew. You can play a mechanic, which, as you probably understand, is like a hack, kind of like Rocket Raccoon, who's the person that's good with machines and hacking things open or making new shit and all that stuff, right? Next up, you got the muscle, whose primary thing is that you fight good, you attack good, you're a big guy that beats people down, kind of like Gamora or Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. Next up, or if you want to look at it through a through a Star Wars understanding, muscle can be Chewbacca, whereas mechanic can be I don't fucking know mechanic, but I'll get another one later. Mystic has to deal with the Way, which is this universe's version of just like space magic bullshit, you know? When you attune to something, to some kind of magical artifact, you will be using a thing called attune right here. Generally, this is kind of Mystic's things, but you don't have to be a Mystic in order to have attunement stuff. You can still be like a fucking pilot and have attunement stuff. Who cares? Make what you want. Mystics kind of just specialize in more weird shit. It gives you access to more weird shit. Pilots do exactly what you expect them to do. They fly good, they fly fast, they go fast. Scoundrels are more like the rogues, kind of. They're more sneaky. They more have like the luck kind of deal with them. They're like Han Solo, right? Speaker is more of like the face of the party kind of deal. Like they are able to go through high society as well as the dredges with a smile on their face and friends by their side. That's their thing. Stitch is the medic, basically. Stitch has one of my favorite class abilities called I'm a doctor, not a blank, which basically says that instead of when you're performing an action, you can roll your doctor rating instead of that action. So if I don't have helm, I can say I'm a doctor, not a pilot, and then use the doctor, my doctor skill for helming, which I find very funny. But anyways, what was I saying? So yes, everything here are things that you get via your playbook. You also get, but I'm gonna focus on this real quick. So in this game, you have a number of ratings, and these ratings are important because this determines how many dice you are rolling. This is a D6 game. You roll D6s. When you have a certain ability that has 1 pip in it, you roll 1d6. If you have something with 2 pips, you will roll 2d6. What do the d6s do / mean, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me go get the explanation thing. I can say it out loud right now because I understand. There we go. Essentially, when you're rolling a d6, you have one of 3 options. You have a 1 to 3, which is a bad outcome, which means that you basically fail the action you were trying to do. Rolling a 4 or 5 is a partial success. You complete what the thing you are trying to do completes. It goes through, but there is some kind of consequence. There's some kind of consequence, some kind of complication that happens. But what's important is that this consequence does not detract from you doing what you were trying to do. So if, let's say, you were trying to kill someone, you do kill them, but something else happens. Like perhaps maybe their biometric signature, like they have some kind of chip that registers that harm was done to them and calls in reinforcements. Or another idea is like you kill this person, and afterwards, I'm trying to find something that's like not exactly like what happened. You kill said person, however, that just makes their friend much more angry at you, and maybe they go through some kind of form change or something like that. You know, you get it. I hate when I flatline and trauma team, heads up. That's actually a great example. 6 is a full success. Things go well, and so basically it's just everything you wanted to happen happens. Well, not everything that you wanted to happen, but like you get the full thing that you were trying to do, no complications. If you roll more than 1 6, it is a critical success, which means that you gain an additional advantage. Something else happens. This is important because when you are rolling your dice, you choose the highest result, right? So in this case, if I were the mechanic and I was rolling to rig, even if I get a 1 on one dice and a 6 on the second, you're taking the 6. If I roll 2 6s, then I'm getting a critical success. That's the way this game works. The way this game works is that you accrue a pool of d6s, generally not too much, because 1d6 is still fine. Rolling 1d6 is still a 50-50 chance of getting a success. It might be a partial success, but it's still a success nonetheless. That's the interesting part about this game. And you might be asking yourself, what if you have 0 pips in something? And that is a good question. In this case, you roll 2d6 and take the worst results. So it's still possible to succeed, but it's not generally the best. Now, that said, there are a number of ways to gain more dice to roll. There's a thing called pushing yourself. This has you take 2 stress, which is the resource that I've shown over here. Or you can do something called accepting a devil's bargain, which basically says that you talk to the GM and you say, hey, I would like to do this to gain a bonus dice. So for example, if we are trying to shoot someone, if I can offer that player a bonus dice if they say unload their entire magazine to take this person out, right? And this is basically giving them the complication in order to gain a bonus dice. So instead, you might be rolling 3d6 instead of just 2, or you might be rolling 2d6 instead of just 1. Another thing is, if you are being assisted by a player, then the person that is assisting takes 1 stress. And last but not least, there's a team-wide pool that is called gambits. And gambits basically gambits are basically like your team will start out with generally like 2, and you can gain gambits anytime you roll a 6 on something that is considered a critical or risky action. That I can get into a little bit later, but it's still pretty good. Those are the 3 ways you can get bonus dice. So now I think I'll explain stress a little bit, because I touched on that and I think it's a good time to talk about it. Stress and harm are the 2 ways your character can die. I'm going to explain harm first because I think it's a little bit easier to explain. So generally, as something is happening, let's actually go back to shooting people, right? Let's say I shoot. Let's say I roll a 4 or 5 when trying to shoot someone, right? I shoot the person. The person's dead, but the GM says, "Well, as you took out your gun, they took out theirs as well, and landed a shot on your chest, which you swiftly dealt a critical blow to their head. You're gonna need to take level 2 harm for a burned rib cage, right? So here in the harm table, you have 5 slots. You have level 1 harm. You have 2 level 1 harm slots. You have 2 level 2 harm slots, 1 level 3, and 1 level 3 harm slot. Every time you take harm, you are allowed to attempt to resist the harm. You do this. It's a little bit complicated how you do it, but essentially through this stuff, you gain a number of dice. Insight dice, prowess dice, and resolve dice are all the things that allow you to resist harm in some way. And harm is how do I put it? And if you successfully resist harm, then it will go down a number, right? So if you just had level 2 harm and you're able to resist it, you might be able to resist it to be level 1 harm instead. The thing is, you can only have as much harm as is possible. So if you already have 2 level 1 harms in your boxes, then you're going to be forced to put this what would only be a level 1 harm into a level 2 slot, and then vice versa. And if your entire thing fills up and then you take extra harm, then you are at level 4 harm, which is death. So basically this is a table that fills up incrementally during a job until you potentially die. That is the first way to lose your character. The second way is through stress. Now, stress is both a resource and a death sentence. Essentially, you have hold on. Can saying really mean things count as harm? Correct. It can. Because social combat is also a thing in this game. Let's say you are talking to a very important NPC, and they allude to something about them being onto you and will attack on sight if necessary. That can give, if I tell you to do a check and it fails, I can award you level 1 harm of rattled or level 2 harm of rattled. You can try to reduce that with insight or resolve if you wish, but it is still something that can happen. See, Spider, you can kill people. You can very much do the vicious mockery in this game. To just keep on being mean to someone until they die. You can your mom someone to death. You can basically Disco Elysium someone, yes. So yes, mental harm is something that can happen in this game. You also have to, also at the end of every job, you don't have to, but you really should spend some of your downtime to heal yourself of this harm. But let's see. But yeah, back to stress. Stress is a resource. You get, I want to say 10 stress pips. Basically, stress pips, you can spend stress to push yourself to gain an extra dice, assist someone else. But then there's also a thing called flashbacks, which are very important, which I might get to a little bit later, but I will tell you about that later. Because now is not the time to talk about flashbacks, but it's really cool. Stress will incrementally fill up until it reaches the top. If you get to the top, if you keep pushing yourself and you keep using some of your special abilities that require you to use stress, then you fill all the way up, then what happens is you gain some kind of trauma. There are 8 different traumas that will affect your character in some way, all of which you're more or less expected to roleplay out more. But these are permanent. Some of them are like vicious, paranoid, obsessed, unstable, soft, reckless, right? And then you will pip off one of these trauma points, and this just happens to your character. The thing is, if you get all 4 trauma points, if you get trauma on all 4 pips, you are now too unstable to you're just too unstable to keep working. It's too much for you. You are now like a danger to the team, or yourself, or probably both, and it is no longer your character is no longer able to work. Basically, that's the idea here. And now you might be asking yourself, how do I reduce stress? It is not by healing in the downtime clock. The way you reduce your stress is to partake in your vice. Now, your vice is very interesting because in character creation, you choose what your character's vice is. Let me get this up real quick. Fuck it. This is a good place. So when you're creating your character, you choose your heritage, which generally is just kind of like explaining like where you came from. Like, did you come from the Imperial homeworlds, core worlds? Were you a spacer that was just always on a ship or some kind of like mining facility or something? Were you on a colony? Did you have some kind of weird manufactured family? Like, are you a clone or are you a robot, right? Are you a wanderer? Are you a Xeno? And then comes background. What did you do when you were growing up before you became an outlaw, sort of? Were you in the military? Were you in a cult? Were you a laborer? Were you a noble? Were you a syndicate member? Like what were you? It is then advised that you'll get 4 extra dots to put into your skills over here. It's advised that you choose one based off of your heritage and one based off of your background, and then 2 wherever else you want. What's probably going to happen is people are just going to choose whatever the fuck they want, but who cares? I'll get to the friend and rival later. But then is Vice. Vice is basically the idea that that being an outlaw is stressful, and you need some way to blow off your stress. And every character has some kind of a vice. Maybe you're a part of some kind of religious faith or cult. You go to some kind of ceremony, you go to pray at some temple or something like that. Maybe your vice is gambling, and you just fucking spend a shit ton of money at casinos any chance you get. Maybe you have a vice of luxury where you're buying all kinds of things for yourself. this doesn't affect your actual in-game money, by the way, but it's something that your character will canonically do. Obligation, which is an interesting one. This is something where it's like you're devoted to something, some kind of organization, maybe your family, some kind of charity, right? Is the Layton fan club a faith or an obligation? That depends on. That's a great question, actually, and it depends on how you interact with it, right? If you are treating Layton as a godlike entity, and praying to Layton and going into rituals, that is a faith. If you are treating Layton as someone to care for and look out for and sending money or checking up on him and ensuring that everything is okay with them, that is an obligation, right? Same target, but different ways of going about it. Pleasure, like some kind of hedonistic gratification for food, drink, drugs, and lovers, right? Stupor, you dull your senses with drug abuse. This is different than pleasure. This is more about dulling the pain, like just drinking yourself till you can't feel anymore, right? Or fighting to exhaustion, right? Last one is weird. It's just a catch-all for anything that like might be fucking weird as shit. Like maybe I attune to some fucking weird ass rock, and it gives me like a third eye that lets me see into the cosmos or whatever, right? This is it's just a lot of what's it called? It's a great way to give your character depth, as well as adding more things that you can do into downtime that doesn't actually that like actually affects your game in some way, right? Because it's a part of the mechanics, and that's the important part about it, right? And if you look into like let's also look into some popular media. Let's look into Breaking Bad, right? I'm specifically going into Mike Trojanowski, Mike, the character that worked under Gustav, right? What was his vice? His vice was obligation. He was devoted to his family. He was doing everything for his family. You can see that through his actions. He put away a lot of money for his granddaughter, who he cared for very much. Whereas you go and see someone else, such as I like to use Mike, because Mike is, if you look at the show, Mike is an incredibly badass character. His entire deal, anytime you're looking at him, his entire deal is that he's a badass, that nothing can faze him. He's super cool, and like he doesn't let anyone get in his way. And that's true. It's true. He's an incredibly powerful character, but he still has depth to him because he has this obligation. His vice is that is his devotion to his family. I think this is a great way to put a little bit of emphasis on characters that especially for players that like want to make a badass character, but like it's a good way to give them a little bit more depth other than, oh, they're just a fucking badass and do everything cool, you know? Also, interesting thing about vices, there is, when you are rolling to do your vice, you are rolling the worst of your insight, prowess, or resolve. And if you roll double sixes on that, if you roll too much, when you're rolling it, you are subtracting your stress based on what your best number was. But if you roll double sixes, I believe, you do something called overindulge. And overindulging is a funny little mechanic. Let me see if I can get it up real quick. There it is. Indulge vice. Oh, page 190. If your vice roll clears more stress than you had marked, you overindulge. A vice is not a reliable, controllable habit. It's a risk, and one can drive a character to act against their own best interest. When you overindulge, you make a bad call because of your vice, and acquiring it while while under its influence. To bring the effect of this bad decision into the game, select an overindulgence from the list. You do a rash action where you reduce your stat. The stash is the team's money. It's the entire team's money that you use, and 4 is a lot. It is a lot of money. I think like early game, you're expected to get like, I want to say like 2 or 3 credits in your stash. So losing 4 is a lot. Big talk. You brag about your exploits. The crew gains +2 heat in the system you are currently in. Last but not least is lost. Your character is just gone for a few weeks. Play a different character until this one returns from their bender. It is so fucking funny. And keep in mind, this is a choice. This isn't rolled. If you don't want to lose your character, then you should take either big talk or rash action. But it is very funny to just say, yeah, that guy's just left. We don't know where he went. He's just gone. He's out of here. But yeah, you don't want trauma. What am I going to talk about next? You know, I would talk about each playbook, but I'm going to talk about something a little. I'm gonna go back a little bit and explain something else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the ships, because your ship choice is actually arguably the most. It's arguably the most important on how you're going to be playing this game. Because there are 3 ships in this game. And they determine what kind of campaign you are trying to be running. So there's the Star Dancer, the Cerberus, and the Fire Drake. Excuse me. Let me get the pictures of them because they look really pretty. All right. This is the Star Dancer. This is the ship that is based on, how do I put this? This is the ship that is the smugglers, the ne'er-do-wells, the people that go and find, that recover the ancient artifacts from the temples, and then escape people that are trying to track down, or that are trying to steal that from you, right? That's the Star Dancer. Then there's the Cerberus. The Cerberus are the bounty hunters. These are the people that find, capture, and or extract people from certain situations. That is their job. This is also the only ship that can be legal. I'll explain that a little bit later, but all the other ones are illegal people, basically. Lastly is the Fire Drake. These are the people that fight the hegemonies. These are the rebels. These are the fighters. These are like the people that rally behind and liberate places. All right. So you might be asking, why is it so different per each? And that's because it literally changes the game. So let's start with the Star Dancer real quick, right? You earn XP when you execute a successful transport or smuggling operation. It's already telling you to have operations for like thefts or recovering items. You have contraband and all that stuff, but also your upgrades that you can get for the ship is based entirely around, almost entirely around, the idea of you being the transporter of goods or the stealing of places and all that stuff. That doesn't mean you can't have ship combat, because you definitely can. You probably will. But let's see. The getaway, like with some of the special abilities. The getaway, when you scramble or helm to avoid capture or run a blockade. When doing a delivery job, take an extra dice to your engagement roll. Leverage. Your crew knows how to pull strings and cash in favors. When you lay low and that's a little more complicated. Home cooking is really funny. Your whole crew gains home cooking as a vice. Right after a job, you may spend 1 credit and a downtime activity to cook for everyone, allowing the whole crew present to make a vice roll. If anyone overindulges, a fight erupts and everyone gains 1 stress after the vice roll. Requires a galleon module. This is really funny. I like this one a lot. This is funny. Problem solvers. You add an action rating to something. Here's some more upgrades. One is false ship papers. Like every smuggler needs a few well-forged documents. Giving the crew and ship identities that are less wanted in any given system. These papers often simply gate travel if the transponder and ship match. You have a couple different sets you can swap between, even if you do have to practice responding to a new name at every checkpoint. May make following and tracking you more difficult by enemy factions. Factions are a thing in this game, and I'll get to that eventually. Dark hyperspace lane maps. The idea of interstellar travel in this game is that there are these things called hyperspace lanes, and a number of them are controlled and maintained by the Guild of Engineers. However, there are some unmaintained ones that are less than savory, but still technically pass-throughable. But you might find some strange creatures from the way, or some pirates, or something else that'll fuck you up. But it's never too bad of an idea to just have an escape route that's not really all that a path most traveled, you know. Smuggler's rigging, don't really know what that is. Lucky Charm is funny. It's not funny, it's just an extra gambit, right? Just turn your headlights on and you don't need street lights. That's so if a maintained hyperspace lane is a highway, a dark hyperspace lane is a dirt path on the road. That's the general idea of it. Is there a bear on this road? Who knows? You just gotta head there, you know. But yeah, that's the Star Dancer, right? If we go over to the Cerberus, you'll find that they get XP when you do extraction or capture bounty missions. You can always ignore this and say you just get XP anytime you do a job, right? But that doesn't stop the fact that most of the upgrades are still based around this idea of you guys are bounty hunters, right? For example, you can get this allows you to get stun weapons. This allows you to get tracers that track your targets. If you can land the bugs on them or hide them. This gives you personnel vehicles. This is just an extra gambit, just by a different name. Also, this is the only class that can be legitimate. Licensed means you, if you were on a legitimate bounty hunting job, you take far less heat, which is kind of an important thing. So people use the dark lanes to smuggle moonshine, and before you know it, space NASCAR. Yes, I will say yes to that. I will agree to that. That is a good interpretation of things. On the trail, light touch, snatch and grab. Load is a fun thing that I'll get to in a bit. Play both sides is funny. When you release a bounty target, make them a crew contact. Basically meaning that like you accepted a bounty, you got the person, and then you let them go so that you can use their expertise later, which is, and they kind of explain this, kind of stiffing the person that hired you, meaning that you were not going to get payment for it, and the person that the faction might just kind of say like, hey, fuck you, we're not dealing with you anymore, you guys suck. Last but not least is the Fire Drake, rebels and hegemonic criminals. Like I said, this is much more about being a rebel, right? You would get access to black market contacts, you might have a secret base, you might be blessed with your guys. Oh well, that's a gambit. Each ship has some kind of way of getting an extra gambit per thing. Also, both the Star Dancer and the Fire Drake get 2 starting gambits, whereas the Cerberus only get 1. Yes, please continue watching. Thank you. But yes, the Fire Drake. Oh yeah, the Fire Drake can the people of the Fire Drake can choose to get an extra trauma box, which basically makes it so that like you can be even more traumatized. But yeah, if you, for example, were playing Star Wars, if you were playing like a Star Wars campaign, you would probably be taking the Fire Drake, because the entire thing of being a rebel. Actually, no, it depends. It depends what you want to do in Star Wars. If you want to be a part of the rebel fleet, you would be taking the Fire Drake, because you are actively trying to gain the support of the common folk. Maybe you are way blessed. Like when you run a job against hegemony factions, take 1d plus 1 dice to the engagement roll. Literally saying, hey, this is you when you are in this ship, you are pretty much supposed to be against the hegemony. That's kind of the deal you took here, right? Like that's the idea that's what you chose to do. So if you were trying to be a rebel in Star Wars, you would be taking the Fire Drake. But if you're trying to be more like a Mandalorian, that's you taking the Cerberus, where it's like, oh, I am primarily just taking some people. Hegemony is not pronounced like that. Yeah, it is. Hegemony. Hegemony. Fuck you. And if you are just being a standard ne'er-do-well, not standard, but like you're fucking Han Solo-esque ne'er-do-well, then you'd be in the Star Dancer. It's as simple as that, right? And all these things. The important thing is that all these things that I've explained currently are hegemony. Hegemony. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Hegemony. Fuck you. No, listen. Hegemony. Hegemony? Hegemony. That's what I've been saying. But yeah. What was I saying? Fuck. All these, you'll notice that all these things don't have to do with the ship at all. All of these buffs are things that your entire crew just gets. And that's what's important about the... Google it. I'm not Googling it. Fuck you. I'll say things incorrectly as much as I want. Like, these are just... This is why the ship is important for how your characters want to play. Right? Because not every... When playing it, some people might want to play a campaign... Like, basically a campaign played as the Cerberus... Or not even the Cerberus. The campaign played by the Fire Drake is probably going to be vastly different than a campaign played by the Star Dancer, for a number of reasons. Like, for example, the Star Dancer can take jobs from people in the hegemony, fuck you, in hegemony, right? Whereas the Fire Drake probably wouldn't do that unless they had a really good explanation for it. But that's not to say that's the only thing you can do, because there's also things like engine upgrades and hull upgrades and comms upgrades and weapon upgrades on the ship specifically. Not hegemony. Fuck you. Yes. All right, now I'm going to actually go a little bit more into the playbook. So. Okay. Mechanic, muscle, pilot, scoundrel, stitch, all that stuff. So let me go back down to mechanic. Okay. I'm going to dissect the mechanic a little bit just so that we can understand what's going on. So I tried to tell you kindly. Now I'm insulting you. You're always insulting me. Anyways, as a mechanic, you are going to start out with two dots into rig and then 1 dot into study. You can see that here. You have 2 dots into rig and 1 dot into study. And then you get the four extra points that you can put in however you want. But they give you some example starting builds. So, like for example, as a ship mechanic, they recommend you take hack +2, scramble +1, and sway +1. So in this case, you would get 2 extra in hack. You would get sway +1, and then you would get what was it again? Sway and scramble. I should actually go over each of the skills. I apologize. So basically, doctor is exactly what it sounds like. You patch up wounds and or mess around with some kind of biological chemical component, right? Something that requires some kind of like knowledge about chemistry and or biology. Hack is to break something open, be it digital or mechanical, and mess with it in some way. Rig is to build something up, generally using mechanical stuff. Study is to, as you might think, is studying something for a weakness or for just information in general. Helm is to pilot a craft of some sort. It doesn't have to be a spacecraft, but just anything. Scramble is to basically bolt, just run very fast. Just basically run fast, get away from someone, or chase someone. Scrap is your combat. Scrap is to generally just fight someone, be it with swords, punches, guns. It's your combat proficiency. Skulk is to do things quietly. This can mean a lot of things, right? Like you can skulk through a place to like kind of get rid of to kind of replace scramble, right? You can skulk to take someone out so that you don't have to use scrap, for example. Like you can skulk and like take someone out from behind. Lastly, in resolve, you have attune, which is basically doing anything that's doing anything that's like weird space magic stuff or interacting with weird space magic stuff. And then you've got the three things for social stuff: command, consort, and sway. Command is to quite simply tell someone to do something and they do it, or they don't do it if you fail. Consort is to make friends with someone, to banter, to enjoy, to be, to open someone up. And lastly is sway. Sway is to convince someone that you are right, to convince someone to do something or to believe in you. And you might be thinking that these are kind of intermingling with one another, and you would be right. However, the idea is that you can choose any of these to fit your social situation, right? But you have to think of the consequences. So for example, let's say that I've fucking maxed out command. I'm so good at commanding people to do shit, right? And I have a friend NPC that is hesitant on a plan. He feels like it's a suicide mission and thinks that it's a bad idea. If I were to sway him and say like, no, the plan will work. You will get out of this. It is fine. Like, trust me, okay? That might be fine, right? Like they'll go like, okay. It'll generally be like, okay, yeah, I understand. Like, okay, I think I understand where you're coming from. I think this will be fun. However, if I were to command them and I succeed, even though I succeed, that doesn't necessarily mean that that person will be happy. Because now, instead of swaying them, I've commanded them to do something. It's basically saying, like, you will do this. Right? And they will. They will, because if you rolled a 5 or a 4, 5, or 6, or a crit, then they are going to do that, because that's the roll. But the idea is that since you used this instead of something like consort or sway, there are consequences to that action, right? Likewise, if you try to consort someone who is your enemy, you're likely going to get a much more difficult roll. Or despite it being... because I, as the GM, can say, like, you're going to roll this with a -1 die, or you're going to... Or even if you do succeed, you are going to get a minimal effect based on what you are trying to do. This is to basically say that, like, that the dice isn't always going to work out in your favor, even if you get a success. So yes, like, choosing which thing you want to use is important in this. But yeah, anyways, going back to this, friends. Friends is a fun one, because for every playbook, they give you a number of people that you can know. We got Slice. For the mechanic, we have Slice, Nissa, Stev, Len, and Ken. Oh, excuse me. And all of these are pretty nice. They give you a very short description, a junkyard owner, and then they give you a bunch of questions. What parts do they save for you? Or did you boost something of theirs? Stev, a gambler of ill repute. Are you long-standing friends? Did you cheat at their table? Ken, a family member. Are they also a mechanic? Were you both vying for your parents' attention? It's a number of questions that you can answer by yourself, or answer with the GM. And what happens is, on start, you choose one person as your ally, and one person as your rival. Either way, all of these people are contactable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will always help you. Generally, if they're your ally, then they will, then they're more likely to help you. But the idea is that you have people that you can turn to if you need information, or if you need some kind of thing that you need. You also get a starting ability. This is more of a crafting starting ability, and I don't want to talk about crafting right now, because crafting can always be a little bit weird, but in this game it's not too bad. But yeah, you also choose, I believe, 2 special abilities, or 1 special ability on character creation. Let me double check. Okay, choose a starting ability. Oh yeah, so if you are playing a Xeno, here's an important thing. If you are playing a Xeno, you are allowed to forego taking a starting ability. So like in this case, the mechanic has Tinker as a starting ability. You can forego this to gain the Xeno starting ability, which is basically to say that you can use the push yourself action to perform a feat that is unique to your xenobiology. So for example, if I wanted to make some kind of a Xeno that that is able to extend limbs incredibly far, I'm allowed to replace my starting ability with something like that. Or if it's like now we have some kind of telekinesis or something like that, you get it gives you that option for you. And then you get one special ability at start, and then you can get more later. Also, you are allowed to get up to 3 veteran abilities after you start. You probably shouldn't get a veteran ability at the start. I don't think you're allowed to, but I wouldn't allow you to. Essentially, this means that you get a special ability from one of the other playbooks. And this is pretty nice because there's a number of there's a number of things in special abilities in other playbooks that are just pretty good overall, I'd say. But yeah, if we go to like the muscle, you can see very similar things. Starting ability is unstoppable. You can push yourself to do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman. Engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat. This is a good example of explaining combat, because in combat, it's generally dependent on the scale of what is being fought. So if it's one person against a small gang, generally you would be put at a disadvantage on any of those fighting rolls. But if you have this ability, the unstoppable ability, it would be a 1-to-1. So you can just fuck them up if you get a good roll, of course. Also, this is nice because you get the extra 1d plus 1d. A superhuman feat is one a regular person could not do unassisted, such as tearing apart metal handcuffs. If you engage a small gang on equal footing, you have equal scale. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I explained. But then you just get to choose more stuff. It is very fun looking through all this stuff and then kind of just choosing stuff that is just nice to. It's just nice to understand. It's just nice to go like, ooh, I kind of like ready for anything, right? Or maybe I like the idea of being scary, where I'm better at intimidating people. And scary is a good example of a good veteran ability for something like the speaker, right? If I'm playing a speaker, there will likely be times where I need to intimidate someone, and this would be a very good thing if I'm planning on playing this kind of speaker that is just being intimidated. I forgot to talk about items. Let's talk about items. So, items is also a very interesting thing with this system. Because when you are departing for a job, you as a team choose what load you are going to be taking. There is a light load, a normal load, and a heavy load. This is very important. A light load has 3 load slots to it. A normal load has 5 load slots, and a heavy load has 6 load slots. Depending on what you take, the more conspicuous you will look. If this is important for a various amount of missions. So if you are, for example, let's say you go into a heavy load and you try to walk through the front door of a building, right? You're probably going to be stopped because you look like you are, you look like you're ready to cause a lot of mischief. However, if you were to do something with a light load, you are much less likely to be stopped because generally, you can hide enough things with a light load. Everyone gets these stuff available to them. And here's the way that items work in this game. While you have load available to you, you are able to call upon any of this stuff as you want, up to the amount of load you are able to bear, right? So as you were going through the job, it's kind of like Schrodinger's blaster pistol, right? You both have and don't have a blaster pistol until you pull it out of your coat. That's the idea here, right? you only when the situation calls for a blaster pistol to be had, you take out the blaster pistol. If you don't, what's it called? If you don't need it, then you probably don't. If you don't need it, then you probably don't. Then you can use other things like spy gear or repair tools or a melee weapon or something like that, right? Now, here's the thing: every playbook has their own specific items that are specific to them and also cost some sort of load. For example, generally some of them are called fine. If something has the word fine to them, when you're using them, you gain an extra dice. So if you're using the fine ship repair tools, that means you'll get an extra dice when you are repairing the ship. There are also some things that have italics. That means you have 0 load when doing it. So, like, for example, you always have access to illicit drugs because you're just a fucking druggie, right? In the case of the mechanic, you always have access to a small drone or a genius pet if you want to have a genius pet. Spare parts, vision enhancing goggles. That's the idea with the mechanic, but for something like the muscle, you might have things like a sniper rifle or a flamethrower or a vibro blade, right? And then there's a detonator launcher, which is very illegal. There's also something like a martial arts style, which is a little bit OP, which I can talk about that later. But basically the idea of there being a fine martial arts style kind of removes the point of a fine vibro blade, because like they give the same bonus for the same roll, right? They're both gonna give +1 dice to attacking in like a melee range idea, except the martial arts style has 0 load, whereas the vibro blade has 1 load. I think it's a little bit stupid that they did this, but at the same time, I don't know, I guess it's fine. But yes, I like this. I like this a lot. Mystic is also kind of cool, because like you can get shit like kinetics, like you can throw things with telekinesis. You can spend a gambit instead of paying any stress cost. Damn, that's any. Yeah, they get access to a shield, a fucking. Oh yeah, you can put focus into a melee weapon, which is hard as fuck. Cloud a target's mind, give someone have visions of a far away, distant place. There's a lot of stuff, and I like this system a lot, and I want to play in it, and I also kind of want to run it. I'm unsure. I might try running this, to be perfectly honest, because like I said, everything lives. Oh yeah, hold on, shit. So I've talked a lot about jobs, right? And I never really explained what jobs are. So let me explain that now. Generally, the idea is that a faction will go to you. A faction will go to you and they will say, "Hey, I want something done," and you seem like the guys to do it for some reason. Then you go, "Okay, that's great. I will do that thing for you." Next up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna gather information about this job, or maybe you've had something in the works. Like maybe maybe you're not even getting hired, and you're just doing something because it makes sense for your team. You want to get revenge on someone or something. You don't know. What you're gonna do is you're gonna choose a plan. The idea is before the job starts, you choose a plan, pick a load, and provide some kind of detail. Generally, before you do that, you gather info, like what is the intention of the client. What can you suspect about this? What can I prove? What's the danger? How can I find blank? Is there some kind of mulligan or something like that? What's really going on here? And then you can choose one of these plans, and this is all just a start to the action, basically. Either assault is like go in guns blazing, we hit hard and then we leave hard. Deception is to fuck up, is to deceive someone, exactly, pretty much. Maybe things turn awry from there, maybe not. But you are fucking with someone, I guess. Infiltration is that you are sneaking in some way. You start with an entry point. Mystic plan, you start out with some arcane power. A social plan, you have some kind of social connection to get into some place. And transport plan, you need to have a route or means. So this sounds a little bit weird, but there's another thing I forgot to explain. Here's the idea. There is very little prep other than gathering information. Other than gathering information, there is very, very, very little prep, and that's because of a thing called the flashback system, which I think, well, not even I think. This is just straight up the most important thing, the most important thing about this system. Essentially, the idea is as the player characters are standing around a map of the place that they are going to try to do, the idea is that they all look down and say, all right, here's the plan. And then camera shifts over, camera like fades out and then fades into the plan being set in motion. Things are happening. This is important because it might not all be all 5 people at once. We're going to focus on one person in particular. One person is going to be the point of the operation, and we're going to start with them. And then they're gonna say what they want, and they're gonna do what they want. And at any point, someone can insert their character and say, "Oh, I'm actually right next to them," or maybe it's like I'm actually on the roof to the other building. And it's like, okay, great. What are you gonna do there? It's like I'm gonna take my sniper rifle out, something like that. Or I'm on this other ship. Now this is where things get interesting, because I can't just let you on someone else's ship. We have to do a flashback. At any point, your character can you can request to do what is called a flashback, and a flashback is very, very important. Let me see if I can get the rules up real quick. Flashbacks. Flashback is very important because let's say that as the quote unquote main character, the point character, and whoever's with them at the time is going through some kind of gate, and the airlock opens. Right in front of them is the security chief of the place they're breaking into. Right? Let's say that happens. The speaker of the group might say, hey, I want to do a flashback. I want to have tried to bot out the speaker when I visited a bar I know that they frequent. I can go, that is pretty good. I will allow you to do a flashback for that for 2 stress. This actually is literally one of the things. So it's like you can spend 2 stress to functionally go back in time to make a roll on something that will affect the current time. So that when we flash forward back to the present, that's when I can go as the person, the what's it called? As the guard chief, act as if I had expected these people to come in and advise them that the cameras are currently looping right now and will not detect them, and then direct them to where they want to be going, right? But that also hinges on the flashback rules working, because the flashback gives you the opportunity to change the present, but it does not guarantee it. So you still need to make those rolls, and you still need to role play as the speaker going into that bar and talking up the guardsmen and bribing them, right? Which will require either the money that the crew has, or rolling or spending more stress in order to try to get this role to work, right? But the idea is that your team knew that something like this would happen, like the guard wouldn't be so inept as to not notice you were doing this. And it's the idea that you understood it. And the important thing about flashbacks is that they do not overwrite the present, right? So if let's use that guard again. If that guard comes up, you can't use a flashback to go back in time and kill that guard. That's not how it works, right? Like if the guard is present and alive in the present, you can't flashback and fucking kill them, right? That's not how it's be a little bit real here, right? So that is what I love about this. Oh yeah, it says it right here. It can't undo something. If a legionnaire confronts you about your recent contraband smuggled into the port, you can't call for a flashback to assassinate her the night before, because it's already been established that they're there, and you just can't do it, right? You can find a multitude of other ways to fuck with the present using flashbacks, as if your team knew that something like this would happen. I like this a lot. I like this a lot, both narratively and just game-wise, because it gives the players a lot of leeway to interact with the story, right? Because think of how many times you or your players have planned for some kind of contingent that never even came up in the first place, right? Or you never even planned on happening either. Can I flash back to poison the guards' drinks so they die right as they see me? No. That's stupid as shit. That's stupid as shit. Actually, maybe. Maybe, but it's a difficult role. Because you both need the poison to be timed properly, right? So that's a doctor roll. And you need a skulk roll to actually poison their drinks. To like actually get the poison into their drinks. So those are two unnecessarily difficult rolls for extra stress on top of it. Like, you might as well just find a different way to deal with the guards. But yes, that is Scum and Villainy in a nutshell. There's a lot of other stuff I didn't explain, such as XP and like progression. It is a little bit weird, XP and progression. Basically, every time you do something, every time you do something that's deemed desperate, you get XP. Every time you follow your playbook's idea, like, you will gain XP. Like, for example, for muscle, if you address a tough challenge with force or threats, For a mechanic, if you address a tough challenge with technical skill and ingenuity. Mystic, if you address a tough challenge with wisdom or the way. You get the idea. And then there's also, you express your beliefs, drive, or heritage, or background, and you struggled with issues with your vice or trauma. This is inherently just saying, hey, role player character. If you role player character, you get XP. Now, I know that for some players, this might be a little bit difficult because, like, you might just want to say, like, hey, I kind of express my heritages and drive by doing what I always do and stuff, right? But it's everything in this is to like encourage roleplay, you know? It's this system is a lot less about like finding the right build, right? And more finding the right the right way to solve, or like the right narrative back and forth, right? It's like a parlay, if you will, right? And I think this is really nice. This is based, Scum and Villainy is based off of I think it's called Artasaurian Games. No, Evil Hat Productions. What's it called? Blades in the Dark. That's their first game was called Blades in the Dark. And when I first saw it, I didn't really like it too much. Because it's more of like a fantasy horror, like a, not fantasy, but like a, yeah, like a modern fantasy horror kind of deal. And I'm you know me, I'm not much of a horror guy. But I can't pretend like the system they made for it isn't fucking phenomenal. And what I really like about this is that they're very nice about letting people make I think it's Forge in the Dark. Okay, sick. Oh no, never mind. They're very nice about letting people use this system for other thing. Forged in the Dark. Is this it? Yes. They're very nice about letting people make their own why can't I open this? Hello. Okay, well, I think these are the official ones, I believe. So like there's a bunch of reskins of Blades in the Dark for different settings. So there's this one, which is more of like a magical girls kind of deal of Blades in the Dark. There's Scum and Villainy, which I just explained. I have no idea what this one is. Or Blood and Gold. Actually, this is a pirate one. That's sick. Asphalt and Trouble, so like more of a Mad Max kind of deal. Beam Saber, which looks like a Gundam one. Bloodstone, Brinkwood. This is a Cyberpunk one, which I should probably look at because I kind of want to see one for Cyberpunk. Court of Blades, Crash Cart, Crescent Moon. Fistful of Darkness. I think, yeah, Fistful of Darkness is one I have. And that's because this is a Weird West idea. And I like the idea of a Weird West. I like Weird West a lot. Oh, I also forgot to explain the factions in Scum and Villainy. Here are all the factions. I'll even show it over here. There are a lot of factions. Here are all the factions. They are divided into 3 different ideas. Well, not ideas. Categories: hegemony, weirdness, and criminal. Each of the factions have a certain tier, which explains their level of influence. one being fairly low influence, but like still recognizable. Two being like a pretty up and coming, like not up and coming, but like arguably like own a decent amount of land and can and sway within the population. Three being a very important faction that holds a lot of power. Four being insanely powerful, so powerful that they are basically unchallenged most of the time. And five being the Guild of Engineers, which would literally crumble, which everything else would crumble if the Guild of Engineers don't exist. But going through all these factions, you might think that like the factions are kind of like there's too many for it to like feel good, but they're all actually fairly unique to one another. They also all will have they'll also have NPCs about that have little explanations of to them. They explain where they're pretty much located. They explain what their allies are, what their enemies are, what kind of situations they might be in, what their quirks are, notable assets, fucking what they want, right? I like it a lot. I like the factions in this game, and also when you start out, this is a really funny one. When you start and make your, oh hold on, I think this is, oh never mind. When you start out the game, let me crew creation. Thank you. When you start out the game, this is very funny. When you're creating your ship, when you and your team are creating a ship, right? Where is it? You choose 2 additional ship upgrades to improve between engine, hulls, comms, and weapons. You can improve crew quality, which is it's a little bit weird. I wouldn't do that at first. Once you decide what you want to improve, the GM will tell you about a faction that helped you get these improvements. They did you a favor, and your crew can respond to them in one of 3 ways. The first one is to pay them off. You give them 1 credit in exchange for a job well done. No strings attached, nothing owed, right? You can instead owe them 1. You can say that you'll promise to return the favor down the line, and eventually they will probably ask. And upon doing so, if you complete it, you will gain +1 status with them. Let me go back here. This is entirely just a tracker of what your status is with each faction and how many jobs you've done for them. And the last option is to stiff them. Why would you fucking pay them? Fuck them. Just leave them. You take -1 status with that faction. Which I find very funny, and also definitely not gonna bite you in the ass later. Also, speaking about factions and your ship, you will be assigning upgrades to your ship eventually, and after you assign your 2 upgrades, the GM will tell you about 2 factions impacted by your choice. 1 faction helped you get an upgrade. You're on good terms. Did they broker a deal? Did you run a job for them? Did you bail them out of trouble? They like you, and you get +1 status with them at your option. At your option, spend 1 cred to repay their kindness and take +2 status with them instead. I am also going to force that you cannot use this if you stiff them. The other faction was screwed over when you got... Oh, excuse me. Both of these are happening. And one other faction was screwed over when you got this upgrade. Did you steal this part from them? Was it a specific individual ship? Was it illegal and the hegemony now hunts them? They don't like you, and you get -2 status with them. At your option, the crew can spend 1 cred to mollify them and take -1 status with them instead. Tell us how you smooth things over. So yes, you are basically starting this faction list with with like 2 or 3 factions changed in status a little bit. Some might like you, some might hate you more. And the idea is that this will kind of grow along your escapades. Maybe you'll meet some of the newer factions and gain some kind of status or gain some kind of job with them. Maybe you smooth things over with some people. Maybe you fuck over some of your allies and see what happens there. I like it a lot. I like the faction system a lot here. I like a lot of things. I like this fucking system, and I cannot stop fucking talking about it. Minutes to Midnight, Mountain Home. There's just so many systems. Sea of Dead Men. Holy shit, Slug Blaster. The thing, I also want to say that I don't think that all of... There's like a Star Trek... there's like a Star Trek one of this. And it's a little bit strange, but not like the worst, I should say. I think it's in resources. Fan creations, here we go. Steelweaver's Rebellion. More playbooks for the Blades in the Dark, Academics, Radical Crew Sheet, The Mate, The Artist's Playbook, Remnants of War. Oh wait, these are all... those are all for Blades in the Dark. Hacks. Hacks is what I'm looking for, I think. Mutants in the Night, Desks in the Dark, Mortally Bankrupt, Runners in the Shadow, Final Frontier, here we go. Access denied, shit. Okay, well, I was able to see this before, but it looks really good for what they showed. Harbingers of Twilight is a game about a group of intrepid mages building a supernatural endeavor in a Renaissance-era fantastical region. There are mysteries, traps, dangerous bargains, sinister feuds, deception, betrayals, victories, and death. Play to find out the neophyte circle can thrive amidst the teeming threats of rival societies. Okay, I think this can work for a little bit. I'm not sure how long I would be able to make something like this last, but I do like magic-heavy campaigns, you know? And I wish we had a little bit more of it. Mothland, Sea of Dead Men, which I think we saw before. I'm not sure why it's still in here. A Nocturne, Blades of Inquisition. Oh, it's a 40k idea. Game of Darkness, Blood Red Blossoms. Replicants are lesbian. Streets of Passion. Fistful of Darkness, The Messengers, The Typhoon Atolls, No Place Like Home, Our Lonely Worlds, Frontier Kingdoms, Slug Blasters, which we also saw before, Swords Under the Sun, Blood and Sacrilege, Children of Midnight. What is this, a Coven thing? Okay. Studies in Darkness. What's Scores? I'm not sure what Scores are. Or Miscellaneous. Why does this one have a... Why does Glow in the Dark have a thing, but not everything else does? Also, why can't I why can't I look at the Final Frontier? What the fuck? I just want to see the Star Trek. Yeah, fuck it. It's fine. Oh boy, I have been ranting for a fucking while, and perhaps I should take a break. Yeah, Scum and Villainy is fucking sick. Wait, hold on. This is a great system. This is a great system. This is a great system. This isn't even the same system. This is fucking based. I should get this. All right. How are we doing? I am deeply, what's the word? What's the word where you need to drink water and didn't drink water and probably should have drunk on water? Hydrophobic. Parched. Yes, I am nothing but a plant. Dry. I'm dry and I'm trying to be wet. I'm so dry now. I need to get myself wet, brother. Holy. I am also tired. Sand snad. Alright. What I am likely going to do is I am going to raid someone. I'm going to send you fucks over to someone else. Because you're not my problem anymore. You're someone else's problem. I learned so much today. Did you really? Because I feel like what generally happens when I do streams where I just rant about RPGs or like make an RPG character is that I just go in a fucking trance and then no one listens. That's the feeling I get from it, but I also have like no fucking clue. Oh, my sister's doing okay, my sister's playing Final Fantasy 14 and she's in a subathon. So you guys can go fucking check her out. Hell yeah, brother. All right, go be thrust onto the whims of fate. Throw thine self into the final of fantasies. Where the fuck is she? Is she in Gridania or is she in fucking Rainforest Cafe? I don't know. Go check it out. See you later. Bye, bitches, you fucking idiots. Fucking losers. I just got to rant about goddamn RPGs all day, and you guys had to fucking listen, you fucking idiots. Why the hell are you even here? Fucking dumbasses. Fucking loser, dumb, fucking, fucking idiot. Fucking, that counts you, Astrid. I'm talking to you specifically. Fucking stupid ass, stupid.